Have you ever thought about what would happen to your family and your loved ones financially if you were to pass away? Life insurance. Not something that we talk about at the dinner table, not something that gets brought up at family gatherings, and it's definitely not something that we think about on a daily basis. However, that is something that we should be talking about once every couple of years with a licensed agent or financial advisor to ensure our family's financial security is taken care of. Hello, my name is Jonathan Gutierrez, and I'm a licensed agent. I've been a licensed agent for the last 5 years throughout 50 states. My job here is today to teach you about the 10 simple steps it is to apply for life insurance, going through the why, the how, and the what, making sure that your family is ultimately protected. Now, when we're talking about the steps, we're going to start with step one, the why. Why is the life insurance important to you? Who is that going to protect? Is it your wife? Is it your husband? Is it your children? Or is it your parents? Or maybe there's somebody else out there that we want to leave that life insurance policy to. Once we understand the who, we're going to understand the what. Once we understand the what, then we can move into the second step, which is the type of life insurance. The type of life insurance, there's two types, two main types: term life insurance and permanent life insurance. Term life insurance is going to be short term, it's anywhere between 10 and 30 years. The things that we want to cover that we will eventually outlive are mortgage, children's education, to get us to retirement. The permanent life insurance policy is going to cover those long-term things, our funeral cost, leaving a legacy, making sure that our family is not going to have to worry about how they're going to make ends meet when we're 80, 90, or even 100 years old. Those types of policies fill with a small cash value, and they definitely do have their purpose. After we understand the type, we're going to move into step three, which is how much coverage. Once we understand how much coverage, which some financial advisors and professionals out there will say, general rule of thumb is 10 times your income. I, on the other hand, think that, hey, let's cover your debts. Once you cover your debts, then we're going to take care of some of those ones, such as your children's education. After we do that, then we're going to multiply your annual income by 5 times. Once we do that, we put a policy together that will fit your needs and will be tailored to you, not to anybody else. Once we do that and we understand the amount of coverage, the type of coverage, we're going to start shopping around. We're going to start looking for a life insurance company that is reputable, that has a strong financial understanding and a financial history. Once we understand and we shop around, we're going to work with the broker to start looking at multiple companies. We may even make calls ourselves. After we do that, we're going to select our company, understanding their financial ratings, understand their customer service, and checking their reviews, because that is the most important thing, to make sure that they have great customer service and they're going to be there to serve you when you need them. So once we select our provider, we're going to start with the application process. The application process is going to vary from company to company, but most of them are going to be the same. It's going to ask your age. It's going to ask you about your occupation. It's going to about your current health. It's going to ask about your medical history. Once we do all of that, then you're going to go into the next step, the very first step of the underwriting process. That's going to be, with some companies, it's going to be a medical evaluation. This is going to do blood work, urine sample, height, weight. Some companies may be able to bypass that. However, the companies who do, typically those are going to have a little bit higher rate than a company who's going to understand your history. After we do the medical evaluation, we're going to move on to step 8, which is sitting back and letting the underwriters take their course. In step 8, the underwriters are going to review those medical records. They're going to review the test results, and they're going to make a decision what the risk looks like for the company. Ultimately, they're going to make a decision. So then we move on to step 9. Once the underwriters make their decision, they're going to submit an offer to you. Once you have your offer, you're going to review that coverage. You're going to make your decision. And if you decide that you want to move forward with that, after you reviewed their exclusions and the benefits, then you're going to move on to the last step of signing your application and sending your check. Once you send that first check or make your first payment, congratulations, you're now insured for life insurance and your family is financially protected should something happen to you. Review. We're going to understand, right, first and foremost, what that application looks like. It's understanding your why, understanding your what, and then understanding your how do you apply for that life insurance. Once you complete that, you submit that application, the underwriters approve your coverage, and again, you're insured. We always have to remember, tomorrow isn't promised. Life is unexpected. Make sure that we're insured and your family is protected. Thank you.